This week, we braved the crowds and cold winds of Cadillac Mountain once more, this time in an attempt to witness the sunrise.
Woke up at 3 in the morning, drove an hour and a half out here, and not the most magical sunrise.
But, of course, this doesn't go exactly as we hoped.
It looks like we got to see our sunrise after all. In Maine, and you don't have a boat in your yard up on blocks, you're not a true Mainer.
Plus, I install a much needed solution for mounting Starlink.
Easy way to mount your Starlink. No more climbing on the ladder, no more dragging your Starlink out, in the grass somewhere, worrying about some guy's gonna mow it over or something like that.
And then it's off to the easternmost point in the United States and a state park that, well, in our opinion, beats out Acadia National Park.
A lot of seals, and if you're lucky, you might even see a whale or two.
Yeah. Anybody regretting this decision?
As soon as my eyes opened this morning, I was regretting the decision.
Okay, well, let's get some coffee in us, and it is 3:30 in the morning, and we're gonna go drive out to Cadillac Mountain for the sunrise. Whee!
There it is. Everybody's leaving. The sun came up and it's right behind the clouds, so not.
We're not seeing any.
So we can finally leave?
Yeah. So we
Yeah, it
basically
can be warm.
woke up at 3 in the morning, drove an hour and a half out here, and not the most magical sunrise.
It could have been. It had potential.
I think we missed the best part at like 4:45 when the sky was red.
It's okay. Ange took a picture for us.
Yeah.
Same difference.
We'll just play it on your screen.
Yeah, we'll just show you the picture of the red sky. Let's go get breakfast.
All right, guys, we'll see you. We're this way. Bye.
We just tried to do Cadillac Mountain at sunrise, which we had talked about earlier, where you have to go online and you got to get a ticket 2 days in advance. At 10 o'clock they go on sale. They're like $6
And they go
immediately. Yeah, it's like hit the button to buy. You either get it right away or it's sold out, so you just have to kind of try each day. So we got the ticket, and again, we're like an hour and 15 minutes from Acadia. So we woke up at 3:15. We got on the road and we realized we probably should have left even earlier, because by the time we got here at like 5 o'clock, the sun was already kind of coming up. It wasn't,
when we got up here.
it didn't crest the horizon, which was supposed to come up at 5:45. It was already packed. So if you want to come here, you do need to get here like way in advance before the sun rises. The parking lot was full. I had to drop them off, park in a different spot, hike up there. It's really, everyone's up there freezing the butt off, and most of these people sat out there for like probably an hour and a half before the sun even started to come up. And I'm kind of glad we were late, because it was a big disappointment with a little bit of cloud coverage. So I think it kind of would have sucked if we would have sat out there for an hour and a half in the cold just to see the sun behind the clouds. So maybe it worked out for the best. It was our second time up here too, so it wasn't like as impressive. The first time we had already seen the views and everything, so this time was just all about the sunrise.
It's still beautiful.
Yeah, it's still pretty. It was, I'm glad we were only here for a few minutes.
Just didn't see the actual sun.
Yeah, and of course, we got stuck behind every slow driver in the world trying to come up here to agitate me. People going 10 miles per hour in 35 mile per hour zones, which drove me nuts. You know how it is when you're trying to get somewhere and you're already kind of late. It looks like we got to see our sunrise after all. We decided to stay out here and do a hike on the coast, and it turned out to be beautiful. Sun came up, ocean in the background. Nice.
The more quiet side of Acadia, actually.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to go for a hike today. Plans have changed. We were going out to Acadia and we were going to actually be taking a ferry over there. You can take about an hour-long ferry from Winter Harbor down to Bar Harbor, and that was going to be our plan because Winter Harbor is closer to where we're at. We're going to take the ferry, you know, possibly do some whale watching and look for seals and have a good time, and then just take that bus system all through Acadia that we had talked about in one of our previous videos, to where you don't have to use your Jeep and deal with traffic and parking. But plans have changed. Because of the hurricane that is off the coast now, the ferry was canceled. So we won't be taking the ferry today, but we still wanted to get out. We wanted to do something, and we didn't really feel like driving all the way back down to Acadia. It's about an hour and 15 minutes. Again, sometimes for me, just kind of dealing with the crowds and the parking is just not my thing. And there was so much to do on this Maine coast. So we figured we'd just go do another hike somewhere else, and that's the great thing. There's this Cutler region, just a little bit north of here, has some amazing Maine cliffs, some amazing hikes, and just even places just real close by here. Tons of hiking all over this area, which is really cool. So I'm getting my backpack ready, you know, the basic, you know, first aid, safety kits, things like that, packing a lunch. Cody and Angela are actually arriving here later today to this campground. They're going to be right across from us, and they're going to be here for a week, so we'll be doing stuff with them. Tomorrow we're taking the ATVs out. You can rent some ATVs right here in this campground. They have a 6-seater, a 2-seater, and a 4-seater. So I think we're going to get together, take the 6-seater, and the 5 of us are going to go out and just hit these trails that start right here in the campground. And we're going to have an awesome time with that. But for today, we just wanted to make, you know, use of this unbelievable weather. You know, it's like topping out at like 72 and sunny. You can't beat it. So we're going to go do a local trail today and just have a little bit of fun with that. About 4 miles, 4-mile loop. And I'll put down in the description which trail we're doing. But I know you guys don't really just watch us hike trails. So we're just kind of going to skim through that footage. And then tomorrow have the real fun out with the ATVs. You know, while I was sitting here packing the hiking backpack, I just sort of saw this, and I just wanted to bring it up real quick. And we have no affiliation with this or anything, but this is a Set Power refrigerator, freezer, cooler. And we always keep this in the back of the Jeep for a few reasons. One, if we go on a hike, we can, you know, put our food in here, drinks, and keep them cold by plugging it into 12 volt or 120 volt. And it works just like a refrigerator. We don't need any ice. If we get back to the Jeep, we can have the lunch, cold drinks, you know, if we're not taking it actually on the hike with us. And the second reason is a lot of times we find ourselves, you know, out and about, and we need to do some grocery shopping. We need to stop and get milk. We're camping, grocery stores are far away, but what's really cool is we'll go ahead and run to the store, get what we need, you know, milk, some chicken breast for the night or whatever it may be, and we can just put it in here and we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. So it's not like, oh, we got to run back and we got to get these groceries put away, or it's an hour drive from the grocery store. We kind of throw it in here and you can set the temp, and it will not drain down the vehicle's battery either. It has basically a safety protocol on it to where if the vehicle's battery was getting too low to a dangerous point, it would actually shut itself off. It has like an economy mode. It has like a super, you know, chill mode. It's just really cool. Sometimes we keep it in here. Sometimes we keep it in the basement in the RV just as an extra little fridge, drink holder, whatever it may be. But I just thought I'd bring it up because I think it's pretty cool, and it's always come in handy for us, and they have different sizes. We went with this one just because it wasn't too big. It wasn't too small. We can fit a few gallons of milk in there. We can get some meat in there, and it's a great little item to have. So just want to throw that out to you guys. I'll put a link down there for it too. But anyways, I just saw it and just thought I'd throw it out there to you guys because it's kind of a nice necessity to have when you're doing things like this. You need to hit the store up, or you want to pack a lunch, this and that, and not deal with ice and things like that. So yeah, we've had it for a few years. It's been great.
Bridal train
babe?
I am checking on Mickey to see what he's doing back in the camper here. And per usual, he's just hanging out, being a good boy. I don't know if you guys know, but WAGGLE is a company that makes devices for RVers to basically monitor your temperature, humidity, and everything inside the camper. It's pretty cool. We've been using it for a long time, and that way when we're like away on hikes like we are today and we're gone a long time, we'll get notifications via text or email, however you want to set it up, to let us know if we like lose power or if the temperature is rising in the RV, because it can be really dangerous. Just like an automobile, you know, the campers and RVs heat up, and you know, quite a few times every year someone loses a pet because they've lost power and they didn't know about it, and unfortunately, you know, your pets will die from the hot, you know, crazy conditions inside these RVs. So it's pretty cool. It works on a 4G system, and it uses multiple carriers, so you don't have to rely on like having Wi-Fi or the campground Wi-Fi to notify you. It's going to use 4G, and you're always going to have, you know, pretty good service to notify you what's going on inside that camper. And on top of that, like I was just checking, they now have these RV mini cams. We actually have two different ones, one which does run on Wi-Fi and one which runs on the 4G. And that's also kind of convenient because let's say you're in an area where the 4G is not working, well, you can rely on the one with Wi-Fi, either using your Starlink or the campground Wi-Fi, and via the Wi-Fi or 4G camera, either one, we can check in and see what's going on back in the camper. And what's neat about the cameras is they also give alerts. They give movement alerts, they can give sound alerts. So it's kind of like a security camera too. You're gonna know if something's going on inside your RV while you're gone via motion and things like that. So it's kind of fun, it's kind of cool, and it's extremely safe for our dog, which is important to us, and we all love our pets. So WAGGLE's something we've been using for a while. If you guys don't know about it, I'll have a link down below. You go check it out, because we also have a code where we can save some money on that as well. Now, as you can see behind me, we already have the flagpole buddy for the flags that we like to fly. And if you haven't checked out that video, we'll put a link up to it. You can go check out the full installation process and go see what that's all about. Now, if you guys don't know, the whole key with the flagpole buddy is this little guy right here called the twist. This is what makes it nice, easy, and possible to install flagpoles or Starlink poles, basically from standing on the ground. They're basically eliminating the process of having to climb up the ladder and try to, you know, attach things and just dealing with the dangers of that. The whole thing is you can stand from the ground, slide the flagpole into it, and set it down in there. Now, the flagpole buddy for the flags is a fiberglass pole that's basically telescoping pole. This is going to be a 2-inch aluminum pole that basically just has push pins that snap it into place. It's just 4 simple bolts, some nuts, very easy to do. So we have the Starlink Dish Generation 3. Flagpole Buddy also makes a pole for the Generation 2. This is for the Generation 3, the newest model of Starlink. This is what's going to replace in the back end right here. And let's show you how that goes right here. You're just going to take your Starlink dish, pull up, and pull out, remove the kickstand. When you get to your destination, you want to set the Starlink up. Take the wire, just run it through here, and out the other side. Go ahead and plug it in. Make sure it's pushed in there good. And you're gonna go ahead and just run this up until you hear a snap. There you go. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and slide this in and drop it into the cup. So as you can see, we have it in our twist right there. I can easily maneuver it around. I can spin it. We're going to push it in. Then we just swing over and drop it right down into the cup. Now don't tighten it down. As you can see, it's easy to spin in the cup. We can move it around. There's even clearance with the flagpole right there. So if we had to aim it this way, we're still good to go. So we just kind of get it lined up. Once you have it lined up with, you know, Starlink and your obstructions, and you got it the way you want it aimed and everything, you just go ahead and tighten this little thumb screw down. There you have it, guys, an easy way to mount your Starlink No more climbing on the ladder. No more dragging your Starlink out, you know, in the grass somewhere, worrying about some guy's going to mow it over or something like that. They get it up on the roof. You know, get away from the obstructions. The higher up you can get the Starlink, a little bit better. So that's another thing that's great about this. And again, you don't have to climb the ladder. You don't have to have like permanent mounts, you know, fixated on top, things like that. And when it's time to put it away, they have a great little bag to store everything. Just drop it all in here. It breaks down nice and easy. Really cool mount. I'm really gonna like this one. Again, we will have everything listed down below to the website where you can go check these out and everything like that. So this is, we're not too sure how to pronounce it.
Quaddy Head, I think.
Quaddy Head State Park, the easternmost point in the United States. And after this, we're going to go to the town of Lubec, which is the easternmost town in the United States. About an hour drive from our campground. It goes quick. It's a nice little drive. Just again, just another gorgeous place. They have some trails out here. You can't go in the lighthouse. I think it said private residence on the house, but just a beautiful picture setting if you guys are doing the whole lighthouse thing here in Maine. And it has access down to the shore, as you can see, and then some more trails up in the forest area that we're going to go check out.
The rocks are very smooth.
Yes,
I know.
tons of smooth rocks on this beach.
Yeah, every single rock is like just a smooth, perfect, like a little round pebble and rock. It's kind of neat.
And I guess there's a lot of seals, and if you're lucky, you might even see a whale or two.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We're still trying to spot something.
It's really cool. I don't know if I'll be able to get the sound or not, but when the water goes back out, you can hear all these smooth rocks just kind of tumbling and chiming on each other. It sounds really neat. It's pretty cool. It's a neat little spot. So we just got done checking out the most eastern town in the United States, Lubec. Not too much to see, just a little tiny town. It's not like there's shops or much, tourist stuff, little ice cream place. So it's kind of more novelty than anything to stop there. We did enjoy the lighthouse though, yes. And the trails out there were absolutely beautiful, but you could probably skip the town, again, unless you want to get some lunch. And if you do, I wouldn't recommend going to the Fisherman's Wharf, because, I'm a pretty lenient guy when it comes to service and having patience, but it just, a little understaffed. It took extremely long for the food to come. There was nothing special about it, a little bit overpriced, so maybe avoid that if you come to Lubec. We just kind of ended up burning about 2 hours waiting there for, not that great of food and expensive and really, really bad service.
And we're not
we're not picky at all.
Yeah, well, we're not the kind of people that complain about that stuff, really. I mean,
I was in the food service, for 10 years, so I get it. But yeah, it was kind of one of those things where there's really no excuse for the bad service. They just were
It was a tough sell for sure.
Yeah, so avoid the Fisherman's Wharf. I would not recommend it for the price anyways.
It's a neat setting.
Yeah.
But
small little place. But anyways, that was the easternmost town in the United States. And now we're going to head on back. I think we're going to come back out here again at some point, maybe just to go and hike those trails more. Down at the state park where the lighthouse was. Again, what was it called?
Wait.
Quahog? I have no idea. The lighthouse that starts with a Q. Was it? Okay. Nobody knows.
I think so.
I can't even remember how it was spelled. You guys know what we're talking about? Okay. All right, over and out here.